To understand love, we must first see it as a purely psychological phenomenon, and not something sacred or spiritual. Yes, there is a spiritual love too, but that's not what people normally refer to when they use the word. What people mean by love is a deep longing for someone else. Because the mind always feels alone and empty, so it wants to complete itself by attaching to others. Now, the man's love is fundamentally physical in nature. A man sees a woman either as prize or as a whore. When he sees a woman as a prize, he wants to obtain it by any means necessary. And of course he wants to showcase his trophy. When he sees this trophy going to someone else, he naturally gets jealous and defensive. Even if he has 10 such trophies, he does not want to share even one of them with others. Either that, or he'll see the woman as an object that can be used and thrown away. He doesn't see these women as trophies because they're easy. But in both cases, there's one common factor. Be it trophy or use and throw object of pleasure, both are objects. The human is lost in both. The woman, on the other hand, is emotional. She longs for a strong and stable ground. This is why women are always concerned with a man's financial capacity. Because money brings security. And since women are by nature maternal, they unconsciously seek security for their children. Even if the woman doesn't want children, these unconscious, natural urges control our lives. The woman wants the man to be like a pillar, who can protect and provide. A broke, weak man is therefore totally unattractive. While women often complain that why men always wants to know their past. Why are they so concerned about how many affairs they've had before? That's because, as mentioned before, men see women as trophies. And who wants an used trophy? It can hardly even be called a trophy if so many has already obtained it. That's why men care so much about a woman's past and women care so much about a man's wealth. What I say here may seem very pessimistic and anti-romantic. But this is how things are. And a seeker must not live in some kind of dream realm. What ordinary love gives us is the sense of lifted emotions. Now, this is not too different from any other drugs. But remember that all drugs has a time limit. Why do you think life becomes so boring after marriage? Because the drug has worn out. Now it's just a drag. Of course, we all wear our happy faces outside. But we all know how our lives really are. And so, the mind again craves for new excitement. It is very natural. I'm not writing all this because I'm just another spiritual guy who teaches worldly love is bad. Love God instead. This is dumb. You can't even love one person, how will you love God? All I'm saying is, just understand this natural phenomenon as it is. Don't call it a sin, don't call it sacred. It is what it is. Our only job is to understand the world, and act consciously. Otherwise, we're no better than animals.